How's it going, guys? This is Frey Chu on behalf of the CSU of AMA, where passion meets fulfillment. Today we have a representative, a talent manager from Southern Wine and Spirits, which is the nation's largest wine and spirits distributor with operations in 35 states. It's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Chris Soriano. How's it going?
It's going great. Thank you for having me.
Wonderful.
Appreciate
It's good to have you. So today we have 3 questions prepared for you. Just to jump into the first one, you do a lot of recruiting in college campuses. So what does the ideal candidate look like to you?
Ideal candidate for me is someone who's coachable. They want to learn. I find that there's a lot of college students who have great experience. They worked since they were 16, right out of high school or in high school. They have sales experience, they have customer service experience, and they want to do well. And they want to be coached. And then on the other hand, I'll run into some individuals who had 10 years experience and they don't want to learn what's new. They don't want to learn our strategy. And that's what gives us a little bit of pushback when we're trying to develop somebody and train somebody and educate somebody. So the ideal candidate is someone who's coachable. With or without experience, if you're coachable, I could work with that.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. So our next question is, what does a typical day look like for someone who has an entry-level position at Southern Wine and Spirits?
Great question. Our entry-level sales representatives, they start pretty early, to be honest. You're allowed to start as early as 2 a.m. and you could start as late as 6 a.m., which means you could get out from 10:30 to 2:30. Realistically, it's an 8-hour day every single day, and you wake up, you get ready for your first account, and you go to your first account with a plan. The plan, whether it's to sell in new product or maintain product that's currently in the store, or honestly just going in and showing face. It's a day that's really comprised of many elements, but all the elements always trace back to relationship building, right? Why do we go to a store? Is to build a relationship. Why do we give them the best decorations? Is to build a relationship. Why do we give them the best service? Is to build a relationship. So the best way I can answer that is the day always consists of doing right by your customer, doing right by your retailer. And anytime we could do that, it's going to be a successful day.
Awesome. Right on, right on. So our third question is a little more personal. So just to give you a little context, you walk into a room, it's just a white room. There's 2 chairs in the middle. In one of the chairs is your 18-year-old self. You have about 1 to 2 minutes at tops to talk to him, say whatever you want to him. What do you say to him?
I tell him to take more risks. At 18, I took a job as a loan officer in my parents' business, and I learned a lot. I started off as a business major, but it wasn't my passion. I was a huge artistic, creative mind, and coming out of high school, I should have really took the risk of being an art major or exploring that avenue, you know. And I would tell my 18-year-old self, you know, take a risk and do something different. You don't have to play it safe. And I think that would set up the next, 2 years, when your first 2 years in college and you're picking classes and trying to explore what you want to do, and then your last 2 years you're really, hammering down on what your 5 years after college is going to look like. And I think that's what I'd tell myself, is take some risks, because it could set you up for something incredibly exciting in the future.
Awesome. Awesome. That is great advice. Well, those are our 3 questions, so that wraps it up. You heard it from Chris Soriano. Be coachable. It doesn't matter if you have the skills. And with that, we'll see you next time.